Hello, I'm going to do a demo on how to submit the UH Manoa's system application form if you're applying for the PhD in education with the Exceptionalities track. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just go to your browser and say apply.hawaii.edu. Go over to the university side and choose Manoa Graduate. And this takes you to the start of the application process. If you attended UH before, you might have a login ID and PIN number. The PIN is a series of 6 numbers only. So if you don't remember that, or if it's been a while, or if you try and it doesn't work, I highly recommend that you go ahead and just start over and create a new login ID and PIN number. There's no problem with that. They can connect it on the back end if you had a previous account. But if you do remember it, go ahead and type it in. Again, your PIN number can only be a series of 6 numbers. So if you do create something, always write down your ID and PIN number somewhere so you can refer back to it later. Most likely you'll go straight into the application unless you've already started a previous application, which I've done because of doing a lot of demos. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on New. But this is what everyone's going to see once you start your application. So basically for your institution, make sure you choose the University of Hawaii at Manoa, which is the second to last option. And then for your site, you're going to choose the UH Manoa main campus. Your application type, we do only admit for our PhD program in the fall, so you need to choose Graduate Studies Fall Admissions. Make sure you choose the term that you're applying for, and then go ahead and put in your name, and they're just asking that you use the proper capitalization conventions. And then say fill out application. Okay, so the UH system application is actually pretty straightforward, and it shouldn't take that long. There's only 10 components of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of give a couple tips and tricks on how to successfully complete this section. So under the name, they do have a section where if your name has changed at any point in time, or if you used different names in the past, make sure that you go ahead and list them here in this section so that, let's say, a transcript is going to come in under a different name, they'll at least know to attach it to your application. Another tip is that, if your permanent address and your mailing address are exactly the same, then when you complete the permanent address section, there is a box right here, and you can just click this, and it'll use the same address. That way you don't have to go in and fill it twice. Another quick tip is under citizenship-related data. If you are a U.S. citizen, according to peers, citizens, please skip this page. So you actually don't need to fill out anything. You would just simply push continue. However, if you are an international student, you do need to start completing this so you can get your visa. But for a majority of you, if you are a U.S. citizen, just push continue. And what will happen is it's going to take you to your Residency Declaration page. If you have been living in Hawaii for a year and a day prior to the start of the semester, then you can qualify for in-state tuition. And so you're definitely going to want to complete this regardless. So everyone completes Section A. You're going to skip over Section A2. Do not complete any of these. This is only if you are under the age of 17 and your parents are claiming you in their tax forms. So skip that, go to Section B. If you have recently attended an institution outside of Hawaii in the past year, you're going to click yes and complete one of these. Otherwise, just click no and go on to Section C. Section C is for tuition exemptions. So for example, if you are an employee of the UH system, or if you're Hawaiian but living in a different state, or if you are part of the military or been active duty, these are all different kinds of exemptions you might qualify. If none of those apply to you, don't worry about it. Just go ahead, go to the bottom and click on this one. None of the above exemptions apply to, and push continue. For planned course of study, you are going to want to go to Education PhD. So the Exceptionalities specialization is part of the Education PhD program. So you're going to want to click on this. And then what's really confusing is that you need to click this box that says enter concentration. However, first you must enter that you understand that if you miss the deadline, then you can be grounds for not being admitted. And for our particular program, we don't accept late applications. So you just need to say that you understand that this is clear to you before you apply. So click yes, and then under here for concentration, you'll notice that there's actually no options listed. So we have about 8 different tracks in the education and PhD program, and exceptionalities is one of them. However, you are going to indicate that in your College of Education application and not here. So it's perfectly fine that you're just going to be leaving this as is. So don't think that anything's wrong or that you did anything. You made an error up to this point. There's just nothing going to be listed here. So just go ahead and push continue. You're going to look up your high school. What's nice is that they already have it kind of pre-selected. So you can either choose the country if you are outside of the United States. Otherwise, just choose the state that you graduated high school from. Push next. Check the city. Push next. Check the school. Push next, and what's nice is it'll automatically populate things such as the name and the address. All you need to do is put the month and year that you graduated from high school. And don't worry, you do not need to get any kind of transcripts or anything like that. So just continue on, and you're going to do the exact same thing for all the colleges that you've attended. The difference here is that any institution that you've attended that's outside of the UH system, so UH system being UH Manoa, UH Hilo, UH West Oahu, or any of the UH system community colleges, those we will have access to if it's UH system. However, anything outside of that, you need to make sure that you also submit official transcripts. And we have it listed on our website, the address that you need to have that sent to. Even if you've attended Manoa in the past and you submitted transcripts then, you'll still need to submit them again. So if you have attended anywhere outside of the UH system, please be sure that you also follow up by submitting the official transcripts. Otherwise, they will not process your application. And so make sure you list all the institutions you attended. You have to put the GPA. However, if you don't know the exact, it's okay. Just put an estimate. They're going to verify it once they receive the transcripts. And then just say when you attended there, and if you did earn a degree at that institution, just say which one you attended. You cannot have this completed and write something in here. This is if your degree is not an option up here, then you can write it in. However, you can't submit both. It'll come up with an error message, so that would be why. But yes, so if you've attended more than one school, then you would just click this button and then you could fill it out for the next school. And you can keep doing that as many times as you need, and then once it's done, go ahead and push continue. And that'll take you to the end of the application. So as long as all 10 items have been checked off and completed, when you push continue, it's going to take you to an online application form where you can put in your credit card information and just go ahead and pay it directly. For the PhD, you're a UH Manoa graduate applicant, which means you'll pay a $100 application fee. And that's it. And I'll do a separate video to go over the College of Education application.